G'day guys, Strick here. Welcome back to another episode getting back to basics. So we've now finished our big Cape York adventure, but the good news is season 2 of the Great Adventure is coming really soon, and mate, it's set to be the wildest adventure yet. But for now, it's a perfect day, so we're heading out on the boat to the tropical islands of the Great Barrier Reef. Hope you enjoy this as much as we do. So we've got our family staying with us at the moment, which means there's a lot of hungry mouths that love seafood. So our mission today is to spear some fresh seafood to bring home. First place we jump in on is a great spot. All of these bait fish hanging around like that means that coral trout and other target species aren't too far away. These coral trout, I reckon, are the best eating fish on the reef, so they're always pretty high on the target list. Fran's straight in on the action as well, spearing a beautiful mangrove jack. It's a pretty awesome fish life here, and then I spot a bit of a deeper bombie and make a dive on it. It's got this beautiful overhanging ledge, which is a great spot for mangrove jack. Sure enough, there's a nice fish here, but I get a bit excited and the fish spooks. Try not to look like too much of a threat and just chill out on the bottom for a little bit. And luckily the fish comes back presenting a shot. These mangrove jack are beautiful eating, and the family's going to be stoked with that one.
Nice one, eh?
Today is one of those days we literally dream of. The weather could not get any better. It's so nice out here at the reef. How good is this place to stop for a lunch break and stretch the legs? Today, with the weather being so good, it was literally one of the few days of the year we can scuba dive, one of my favourite spots. So we threw the gear on, jumped in, hoping for the best. And the visibility today was the best I'd ever seen here. How we found this dive site is a pretty wild story, but I'll probably tell that whole yarn in another episode. But for now, this place remains one of my favourite secret dive sites in the whole entire country. The fish life, as you can see, is just incredible. I always find it amazing that any amount of structure, even in the middle of nowhere, will eventually attract fish. And just the number of sought after species on this place is absolutely incredible. There's big coral trout, there's big mangrove jacks, there's reds. This is just like a fisherman's paradise. I do find diving this wreck really eerie though, especially knowing the fate of all the crew on board. But yeah, once again, I'll share that yarn with you guys another time. come back in a little bit closer to mainland now around some of these islands, and mate, I just can't believe how crystal clear the water is. So we're going to make the most of this, and this is going to give us a chance to dive some spots we just don't normally get a chance to dive. We spot a nice crayfish deep under this ledge, so Fran goes down and takes the shot. Here in Queensland, we are actually allowed to spear crayfish, and this one's coming home for dinner. This is the clearest I've ever seen the water around the islands here, so we make the most of it and jump into another spot which I've been wanting to swim for years but haven't got the chance. And the fish life here absolutely blew me away. To see this amount of pelagic fish just around the islands was something really special. All those schools of trevally are awesome to swim with but aren't my favourite eating. So we move on and start looking at another spot. There's some really nice bombies here, and as you can see, it's got some great undercut ledges. I like to go down, lie on the bottom and just creep my way around to see what's hiding underneath here. And I spot a huge fingermark. I try not to spook anything and just creep a little bit closer.
Look at that, Fran. That's a huge jumper. Wow! Yes! Oh, how good's that? A beautiful fingermark from around the islands. They don't normally get this big around the islands. This is a really prized fish. They generally go out to deeper water. But it was just so amazing to see him there. Fran actually saw this fish the other day and dove on it for hours and told me exactly like where he was hiding in this cave. We came back a few days later and this time we outsmarted him. That's awesome, Fran. We've got our whole family, or my whole family here at the moment, so we're gonna have a hell of a feast tonight of fingermark, one of the best eating fish.
Put it on the barbecue, huh?
Yeah, definitely. On the barbecue. Phew. Thanks for watching the episode, guys. Just a reminder that season 2 of The Great Adventure is coming real soon, so subscribe to the channel to get that as soon as it drops. Or better yet, you can join the B2B tribe on Patreon for all the info on that new series, and there's some behind the scenes action that's up there already. It's truly the wildest adventure yet. Thanks, guys. We'll see you there.